Hi, my name is Bennett with Answers Not Excuses Fitness Training. Today is Trainer Tip Tuesday. Now what we're going to do today is look at a different alternative to an exercise called the wall sit. Now you've probably done a wall sit before where you're just sitting back against the wall, you squat down to 90 degrees and you hold it. What we're going to do today is something I call a lunge pause. Basically what we're going to do is do a lunge, we're going to come to the bottom of that lunge and we're going to pause there. What this is going to allow us to do is also work on our balance and our stability and our glutes. Whereas when we're doing just a wall sit, it's going to be mainly quads. Now, while a great exercise by itself, this is just going to give you a different exercise you can add into your arsenal. So if you're not familiar with what a wall sit is, I'll show you that now. So what you want to do in a wall sit is you're going to lean up against the wall. You're going to try to come down to 90 degrees here. And instead of leaning forward, I'm going to try to drive my back into the wall. What you're trying to do basically is look like an imaginary chair. Okay, ideally you're not going to rest your hands on your legs, you're going to keep them up. Sometimes people will do this and there's other exercises we can add in there, but ideally we're just going to drive through our legs and we're just going to hold this position for time. Now, when you're holding a wall sit, what that's going to do mainly is just work your quads, and it's a phenomenal exercise, something almost anybody can do, assuming you don't have any injuries or limitations currently going on. But what a lunge pause is going to do is it's going to allow us to work that stability and your glutes. So while the wall sit's great, this is just going to be a different alternative for you. So you're going to work your glutes. You're also going to work your quads too. It's just going to be a little bit different. And especially for somebody who's doing any athletic movement, generally a lunge is going to be a much better representation of what you're going to do as opposed to just a wall sit. So a lunge, basically what we're going to do for that, if I was doing a reverse lunge, we would just come back, make two 90-degree angles, and I would press through my heel and stand up. Now what we're going to do for a lunge pause is I'm just going to come down and hold this position and stand up tall. I don't want this knee to knock in. I'm going to drive that out, keep my hip here stable, activate my glutes, and I'm just going to hang out. So this is something you can hold for time. This is something you could also add movement into. You want to make sure that you do both sides and make sure that they're even. The other thing you can think about is your back leg. Squeeze that butt cheek so it actually gets your hip flexor stretching at the same time as well. So one other thing I should mention, when you go ahead and reach back with your back leg, don't excessively reach back and hyperextend your hip here. So I want to get these 90-degree angles here, ideally, and I'm going to sit up tall and just hang out. I don't want to reach back here and try to come up and have this big old arch in my back and just crank on that thing. I want to sit here, squeeze my butt, drive my hips through. Okay, now that's still going to stretch out my hip flexors. Sometimes people think if I just reach further back, this is going to be better. Not necessarily. Here I'm going to actually be able to tilt my pelvis and hang out while I'm also getting a lot of glute activation on this lead leg and a lot of quad as well on both of them. So that lunge pause is going to be a great exercise to add into a lower body workout, especially as a finisher, and it's something you're not going to need equipment for. Even if you're tired towards the end of the workout, assuming you have your legs the proper distance away from you, not too far back with that leg and you're at your ankle right below your knee, the chance of injury is pretty minuscule. So you can even start just hovering directly above the ground. You could start here, you're super tired, I come up, just pop off the ground a little bit, and then I get in place. So it's a huge reward, not really any risk. Add it to your arsenal and let me know how it goes.